the tech, put some soul into this whole tech thing that's going on.
She's a fighter for the people.
Welcome, Reverend Al Sharpton, to the show.
Congratulations on your show.
She's authentic.
We're bringing Joe Madison, known as the Black Eagle.
Congratulations on having the show. Nothing is more important than the local programs that engage our communities.
She's a proud HBCU grad. It's time for Alicia Reece's Soul Food. Food for the Soul on Cincinnati's 24-hour urban gospel connection, Inspiration 1050 AM and 103.1 FM, WGRI.
And the Rocks is now going to be an international tourism attraction.
For some.
Yeah, ready? It started with just rocks. So we said, give us the rocks. And the Rocks is now going to be an international tourism attraction.
For somebody to put some time into it like that, you got to be real. That's a big sacrifice to step out by yourself.
I dedicated 5 years in getting this to go from vision to reality. We needed to have public and private partnerships.
All I saw was a bunch of rocks. I'm like, how you gonna put a Walk of Fame right here?
20 years we've been trying to figure out what to do with that particular lot.
What in the world? Like, it's just rocks, Commissioner Reece.
So I'm like, what they building or what? You doing what? What is this? What is she doing?
Just listening to Alicia tell me how it's gonna be, I'm like, we can never make this happen.
Commissioner Alicia Reece had her ups and downs during this entire process. She even had to have knee surgery.
God prepared me for this journey, and I didn't even know it a long time ago.
Commissioner Reece told me, go to Kinko's and print off a flyer. And I mean, this is the morning of.
People from all over the world will come here and understand the stories behind our legends and our icons. We created the culture. It came from right here.
All right. I hope I'm doing this right. We're not. Okay. Welcome to Alicia Reece Soul Food, Food for the Soul. I know it says mic is muted. I wanted to make sure everybody can hear me online and on radio at the same time. So if they can, I want to see my team over there. Give me a thumbs up. Can they hear me on the, okay, thumbs up. We're streaming. Boy, we're doing it like they're doing it. I mean, we've got these guys, they're streaming all over the place. I mean, we've got these guys streaming every part of their life. So, we've been doing this for a minute. We're trying this streaming, because we always want to be on the cutting edge of what's happening. So Alicia Reece Soul Food streaming live on various platforms, at the same time. We're super, excited about it. And, I'm very excited. Happy Friday for those who are listening to us on Friday. For those who will listen to us on Saturday, happy Saturday to the rerun. And we've been doing this for 8 years, guys. 8 years for Alicia Reece Soul Food. I'm going to get my mic here together because it's kind of weird how they got it, how it's set up. There we go. Okay. Got it together here. We're super thankful. Alicia Reece Soul Food, 8 years on the air, 8 years on the air, 30 years in broadcasting. And all the way back to my Grambling State University days. Wow. It's been a journey. It's been a journey. Yeah. So listen, you just heard about the new documentary. Check it out. You could go to YouTube, and I need you to type in on YouTube, From the Rocks with an S, Alicia Reece Story. From the Rocks, Alicia Reece Story. This is the story that I'm sharing, my story from behind the scenes, how we went from rocks to an award-winning Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. But the journey is more of a faith walk. It tells you, it doesn't start at the empty lot with rocks. We go all the way back, how God prepares us for things, and we don't even know it. I mean, I know God has to sometimes really laugh at us because we stress, we think we know, but we don't know. We think we're getting away with it, doing something, but we ain't doing nothing because he is the all and all, the Almighty. So yes, from the rocks, the Alicia Reece story and creating the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. Always got the question, how did you do it? Why did you do it? And we're going to put in the comments, we're going to actually have the link in there. So you could go into this show. If you're listening, if you're watching us on our platforms, you can click the link. It'll take you right to YouTube. If you're listening to us on the radio, again, go to YouTube and type in From the Rocks. And you got to put Alicia Reece name because there might be some other rocks. But From the Rocks, Alicia Reece, check it out. I've been getting such great comments and reviews from it. People have called me. Regina Bell's manager called me and said, man, I'm in tears. She says, one thing to see it, one thing for you to talk about it, but, you know, to see the finished product and for you to talk about it. But it's another thing to get behind the scenes and go on that journey of what it took and all of that. And so you guys check it out. We got some great people that's in it. We've got Pastor KZ Smith from Corinthian Baptist Church is in it. We have, in addition to that, of course, Damon Jones from Procter & Gamble's in it. We have Pastor Quentin Monroe, who is in it as well. We have Veda Stevens, my chief of staff. He's in it. So I have both my former chief of staff, my current chief of staff. They're both in it, telling you what's going on behind the scenes, what happened behind the scenes. We have a number of people in there. Boosie Collins, my former boss, is in it for tourism. You get all of the components, right? My family, my mother, you get to, you know, see some animation with her. My father, you get to see some animation, how we came through the music piece, how the tourism piece plays a role. You hear about the ups and downs, even, you know, me having knee surgery and all the ups and downs. So we talk about the vision. We talk about the process. We talk about the struggle, you know, so it wasn't easy. And we talk about God's assignment and vision. Otis Williams is in it. Kent Butts, his son, he's in it as well. So Lincoln Ware is in it. I mean, you guys, Don Juan for sure is in it. Y'all got to check it all out. There's a lot of people in it. Christy Coons, CEO of the Urban League, is in it. So it has a lot of people in it. Y'all check it out. You get to hear John Murray. Yeah, he's in it. So you get to hear everybody in the walk that we have to do, all of that. So I wanted to know that. Check it out. Big Rob's in it. It's just a lot of people in it. So check it out. But more importantly, the story. And, you know, I was looking at shout out to the tennis, Cincinnati tennis, major tennis event that's happening right now. Give a shout out to them, but they have a documentary documenting the story. So this is what happens. You know, people are documenting the story. So this is the documentation of the story. Please check it out. A lot of people have been checking it out. Want to give a shout out to Princeton High School, the superintendent, Elgin. Thank you so much for allowing us to premiere it, sneak peek it at Princeton in their theater. We had, I don't know, maybe 200-300 people were there. Thank you all that came out. So yeah, it's been getting great reviews, and want to just thank everybody that was a part of this, helping put this documentary together. Really want to thank Romaine Jones, and want to thank Aziza Nubia and Cam. I want to thank him. I want to thank Veda and Al Chang, and just everybody that was a part of helping put this together. Then I want to thank Angelita Moreno-Jones, because we would have to rush to try to see it. Where can we meet and look at it on a big screen, a big television? Thank you thank you to everybody. There they are, those who are watching on stage. I want to thank the Q kids. Oh my gosh, they did a great job. Great job of the young people. The little girl that played me. Want to thank Avery, the animator. This was his first big, you know, animation on a documentary like this. So he did an outstanding job. Want to thank him as well. So, you know, this was a lot to put together. I mean, documentaries usually take years. And we did this, and I want to thank Jackie Tiger Boyd from my team as well. We and thank you, Corinthia Baptist Pastor Timothy Lane and Pastor Casey Smith. Thank you for letting us. We were editing. We were able to go into Pastor's office with the big screen, be there on a whole weekend, try to get it together. So thank you. The way we had to put this together, right? Usually these things take, years and years, but let me say this is the 5th year for the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame, from idea to our first induction. So our first induction was 5 years ago. I stepped out on this idea 5 years ago. I dedicated 5 years of my life to this. This is in addition to, being a county commissioner. I'm elected to go down there on Tuesday and Thursday and vote yes or no on a number of items, but this required more. We had to, and you'll see this in the documentary, from the idea and to have the audacity to step out on such an idea. And then to step out when God gave me the vision, but didn't give nobody else the vision. So people are like, what are you talking about? This is crazy. This can't be done. And me saying, okay, am I going to be obedient or am I going to be what's popular? Am I going to be obedient and unpopular to some, or be not obedient to God and everybody pretend they like me? And I decided that God gave me this assignment. I got to step out. And you'll see in the documentary what really happened, because you got a lot of people, this happened, that, when something happened, when it's over, then here come everybody. Yeah, I did it. I was there. I did this. I did that. And sometimes people that are around are no longer around, and you never get the real story, right? So this documentary, it's the behind the scenes. It's what young people have been asking me, what is this? How did you do it? And older people asking me, what made you do this? How'd you do it? And you'll get to see it in the documentary. So check out that documentary. Earlier, you got to hear the trailer. Our trailer is fire. Oh my gosh. But the documentary is very, very good. It's got a lot of information, answers a lot of your questions. And it's a testimony. I would say this documentary is a testimony, my testimony of what happens when you accept the assignment and you step out on faith. Because that's the only way this could have got done. I've had a lot of big things I've done, a lot of big ideas I've had, but I know when God is in the mix, and he is definitely in the mix. So you'll get to hear in the documentary, take you all the way up to the grand opening. And, I didn't even know that it's been 5 years till I started the documentary, because I've had my head down just trying to make this thing work, get it built, get it open, market it with no marketing budget. People that supposed to be marketing ain't marketing, but you can't wait around. How do we get people down there? They put clickers on us. How do we make sure that people know about it? What are the numbers? What is the ROI, return on investment? How do we finance it so it doesn't come out of your general fund money, right? Doesn't come out of your house, property taxes, all that. It comes out of hotel, motel tax. Hotel, motel. That's why it's during the music festival. It's not during music festival weekend just because it's music festival weekend. It makes sense because that's the music corridor, but then also because the music fest brings a lot of money in terms of hotels and so forth. And so now it pays for itself. A reinvestment. So that's what we got going on. And just wanted you all to check out this documentary so you got the truth. You know what happened. You can get the right story out. And we're going to get ready to go on tour with the documentary. We'll be doing some things with the library. I think, if you want to show this at your church, give us a call. I think Corinthian Baptist had expressed some interest. If you want to show it at your church, you want to show it at your schools, give us a call. Okay. Give us a call and, we'll be able to try to get it out to your school, to your area, for this documentary. It's really incredible. It really is, has animation in it. I mean, it's really incredible. I really, really, really encourage you to look at it, to host us, to have it at your churches, your schools, put it up on your website, send it out with your e-newsletters, get it out. In fact, I think we're going to put it on the website here at the radio station as well. A link to it here on the Inspiration 1050 site as well. So we'll have it here as well. So we're super, super excited. We're getting ready to talk about what did it take? You know what I'm saying? Not if you want to know about how we built it and all that, you go to the documentary. But to put this event on, there's a lot of major events that are happening. There are a lot of major events that are happening and major, concerts, festivals, etc. And it takes a lot. And a lot of times you don't see a lot of African Americans or Black Americans on that side of it, of putting it together, coming up with from idea, concept to fruition. And I want to thank every person who has ever visited the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame, because we had a goal. 250,000 visitors. And we exceeded that goal to 285,424 visitors. That's as of July 26th. We got more now. 285,424 visitors. And we were going for 250,000. So I want to say, yes, we hit the goal. Now I had someone afterwards, we could be up to 500. Name me something that an African American, a Black woman, a Black person has created in this town, in this city, in this county that's permanent, that has the technology we have, and has had over 200,000 plus people. It hasn't been done. So sometimes we just got to be more appreciative of what God has done. Now remember, we don't even own a brochure. I'm getting ready to correct that. But there's no brochure out here promoting the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. We had a group with a magazine yesterday that came down, and I met them, National Magazine, and they said, hey, you guys should advertise. And we had the Convention Visitors Bureau lady there, and I said, well, they do advertising. And she said, yeah, but they don't have the Black Music Walk of Fame in there. You got to be more intentional. So my point is, we don't have a brochure. We're not top of the food chain in terms of marketing. People come to town. They're not passing anything out saying, hey, there's a Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. There was a group that came yesterday from East Texas, and hopefully we'll be able to get their photo up in a second, but East Texas, and they stumbled on it, said they didn't have it in their packet, but they had heard about it through the grapevine. And they said there was no way they wasn't going to find it. So my point is, you have to think about the circumstances that we had to overcome. Okay. We done overcame something that ain't never been done before. We done overcame something where we don't have no real marketing budget. We done overcame something where we not on the radar. We're not the number one promoted thing. We're not included in the economic impact studies. They studied everything and left out the Black Music Walk of Fame. We don't have a machine behind us to promote it. And the machine ain't promoting us. So why don't we turn it over to the question is, are we going to turn it over to somebody? They had 208, 200 and over 200 years, county government's been in existence. We should have been had this, right? So we can't turn it over to the people who never wanted it, never thought of it, and never created it. And then say, we should turn over to them and hope we get people out. No, we had to be innovative. We had to be innovative. So organically, we've been able to get 285,424 people down there. That's a big deal. It's a big deal. So, to all those that, I thought we would have, show me something that has had more that a black person created. And let me tell you, diverse people are down there. It ain't just black people down there. Got black people, white people, young people, old people, Hispanic people. I got somebody was down there from Australia. They're coming from all over the world. All over the world. And isn't that amazing? All over the world, and we ain't got no marketing budget. We don't even own a brochure. We're not even included really in the visitor's guide that's printed. And we still got 200. This is big. You're not going to convince me it's not. 285,424. Woo! Don't tell me what God won't do. And our goal was a big goal, 250,000. And we had 285,424. So the question is, are people going down there? And this ain't no made up numbers because they got clickers. Remember, we get a report. So these can't be made up. Can't just say, I'm estimating. It looked like we had a big crowd. I'm going to throw a number out there. No, they have reports. A detailed report comes in quarterly with charts, metrics, who's down there. And it came back 285,424 people. There it is right there. Yeah. They said, was anybody down there? Look at the pictures. It's packed. We hit capacity in 13 minutes. 13 minutes of opening the door. We hit capacity. And boy, look at that. All white. Marching in. Marching in. Marching in. People coming in a hot sun. Marching in. They on walkers. They on canes. They on wheelchairs. There they go. Marching in. Coming in to a VIP red carpet style, show style event. If you've never been to the Oscars, you got a chance to be invited. Big shout out to Second Wind that kicked things off. They opened it up. Second Wind. Thank you to our CEO of the Urban League, Christy Coons, our partner, our fiduciary partner, and she's on the committee. Thank you. Thank you to Lincoln Ware, the chair of the committee. They've done a great job. Look at the type of people we got in this Walk of Fame. Most people, when they just get started, they got to warm up. We came in strong. Otis Williams of the Charms, Dr. Charles Fold, the Isley brothers. We came in very strong. Very, very strong. We got Shirley Murdoch in there. I mean, we came in strong. Bootsy Collins is in there. These are the people with stars. We got almost 80-something people in there. These are people with stars. Midnight Star. The Deal. James Brown. We got hip hop in there. High Tech. Penny Ford. Now we got the Ohio Players. I loved them when they came in. Ohio. Oh, man, they rocked that mug. That was great. Dottie Peoples that turned the place out. Yeah, there they go. Diamond and Billy Beck. They turned it out. Ohio. Oh, man. Shirley Murdoch and Dottie Peoples on the same stage. And then Dottie done turned it out. On time, God done brought us home, brought us back on message. Turned the place out. We had the OJs, and it was so great to honor the Cincinnatian that was in the OJs, Mr. Nathaniel Best. He done broke out with the moves. I see him, he said, I can still hit them moves now. And then broke out to the family reunion song. And we will be the grand marshal in the parade, family reunion coming up. And here Central State going to be there. So HBCUs will be in the house. But yeah, for him to come in with the family reunion on him, oh my goodness. Nancy Wilson, the late, great Nancy Wilson. We had Regina Bell kicking things off. Oh, you thought you were at Carnegie Hall. You've never been to the award show. You only watched it on TV. You had a chance to be there at the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. Wow. Wow. I mean, I said, I want it to look like a award show, and that's what we did. And so I think on the phone, is it who's the caller that's on the phone? Is that Romaine or is she on the link? We're waiting on Romaine. She's on the phone. Okay, let's go to Romaine. I am happy to be, I've served a lot of hats. Visionary, founder, I'm a producer, director, but my co-producer, Romaine, and project manager, Romaine Jones. Romaine?
Yes.
Woo! We brought some hot sauce, didn't we? That's what we call it. We brought the hot sauce.
It was hot sauce indeed.
Hot sauce indeed. Now, I don't know, Aziza, she'd be double. She's by, she helps co-produce my radio show. So I'm producing radio and everything, but I don't know if she could come on because she's also one of the directors of social media. Can you come on at the same time as you'll just let me know. I'll start talking to Romaine. Now, Romaine, people don't understand. Like, come to the finished product. They put on the white. They come down. They say the show was phenomenal. They get a great free, I got to keep saying free show at the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame, induction, ceremony, and celebration. And they get everything, free. We got Metro buses coming, bringing seniors down, and Miss Viola, who helped with that. I want to give her a big shout out, Viola Brown. We got all these things going at the same time. I just wanted to let people know, like, what does it take? Let's start from June when we do the kickoff for Black Music Month.
Wow. It starting in June, it takes a lot of hours and collaboration and just, listening to you, how God gives you a vision and then you bring it to the team and then we plan and have to execute it. And, it's funny, like to hear you say, well, I have a vision of this. And you bring it to us and we plan it, right? And then the Hard Rock, we blew it away at the Hard Rock. The numbers, people came out and now, you battle so many you have so many hats that you're juggling at one time. But it's nice to have a team that can ride with your vision and to see it through till the end in excellence. A lot of, as Lincoln Ware would say, a lot of meetings.
Lincoln Ware, he said, man, she got another meeting. But to put something like this, because we're like, okay, this is how we kick off. Before we go to the Hard Rock, we've been working. We were working on a documentary. We were working on how we're going to, these inductees. It's not easy. Once the committee say we're going for these inductees, then somebody got to convince them to come, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stuff up like, what are you talking about? because some of them have been to things that are, shiesty and different things. And, people, when they say Cincinnati, they always want to put us under, more of a microscope. But if you say like, I'm coming to Cleveland, they just run on over there, even if it don't turn out like they want it. So we get all this, well, is this real? Answer 50,000 questions. Should we come? So we got all that going on because once we hit June, is preparation way before June. And then when we hit June, is like you said, it's the kickoff. It sets the tone. And that's when we announce who the inductees are. And we also announce who are our influencers. And, we have it's like a press conference, but on steroids. It's our celebrity DJ Don Juan. Everything is scripted. PM was the MC, but we have everything is scripted. We got to have the videos. So much of this is happening on the back end because every inductee, they got to have a video of their life. It's like a Netflix. So that's being put together and filmed while we're announcing who the inductees are. And then we have the medals for the people who are going to be influencers. And that's kind of like their day. Then you have the media. Then you got, it's just, I feel like it's like they do in the Grammys when they say, here are the nominees, when they have the event for nominees. Yeah, that's right. Let's see. I don't know if we have a picture of both of us, Aziza, that we could have up so they know who Remain is. But listen, we kicked it off and we turned it out at the Hard Rock Casino. I think it's the first time in history we had people singing On Time God at the casino. When we said 90 people, everybody stopped. Like, there's crap tables, everything stopped. The machines, and you can hear it all the way through. They say, it is an On Time God. I was like, what? That's historic. And then we come out of that, and it's like a roller coaster, but it's a lot of pre-planning before we get to June. June is the activation button, like, let's go. And we're above board. So now, we got that going. But then we have the exhibit now is going to move from being on residency at the airport, and we move into our permanent exhibit at the library. Talk a little bit about that. It is all in June. Remember, July 26th is the big one, right? And here we are now with an exhibit that really got a lot bigger. And shout out to the Hamilton County, Cincinnati, main library and the CEO, everybody. We really worked. I mean, it looks nice. I mean, I'm talking about glass cases, etc. And it's permanent, right?
Yeah. And I guess as you talk about it, it's unbelievable what we pulled off because not only we have been in the plane now, we're still trying to tighten up the documentary. We kick off Hard Rock. And we're planning for the library at the same time. So, this was in our mind for the library. We was like, oh, it's going to be like an exhibit, but it really turned into an actual event. We had different celebrities were sending in their different monuments, outfits that they wanted to be displayed. And then you had the YOLO band. They were going to come in and be on the stage, on the steps, and they were going to sing live. And, we getting cakes. And, we're preparing because as
Graders,
it got closer.
Cake. I said, I got to have Graders. Graders is my official cake. Every time I do something, we got to have that Graders cake. Everything was, like you said, bigger. I mean, Hard Rock, the CEO came and said, man, this is unbelievable. People upstairs, downstairs, wall to wall. Music is going. He was so hyped, to kick it off. And then, like you said, the library, you're like, I know you guys were like, here she come. Because everything it is an event, for me. Everything I want to be the best for the people, right? And Jay-Z had done something at the library and Alicia Keys, and they was in New York. And I was like, wait a minute, we could do something here. And when I saw the exhibit, you and I got a glimpse of it with the library put together. I was like, oh, no. We got to do it. We got to beat out Jay-Z, Alicia Keys, New York, Brooklyn. We love y'all, but we got to show them how we do it. And people were all up. I'm talking about like they were all up in the balcony, all the
Oh,
first
it was
floor
packed.
was filled and packed. But even with that, we had to like, let's meet. All of us met. Where should we put it? How should we do it? How do we unveil it? And the way we unveil it with that curtain, and it just dropped. And then I said, I want the YOLO band. I want this, because the library has been just so innovative. And I said, I want this. This is music. Let's do it. And it turned out so good. I mean, so great. But we had to have a script.
Commissioner Reece? I know.
And we had to get the promotion and the marketing and get the people out. And this is in the same month. Now we're in June, and the big one is July 26th. So we done a Hard Rock right at the beginning of June. Then 2 weeks later, we at the library with a big event, wall to wall. And as well, put together, like you said. And then we capture that moment where, the moment where they're singing, we didn't know that Shirley Murdoch and her husband, Dale, who is, the music director for Zap, he's in Zap, he's music director. It was their anniversary. So they came and then she got up singing and he went to singing. I said, oh my God, we couldn't have written that in the script.
No, it was a beautiful moment. I'm going to tell you, I knew we were on purpose when you and I went to the library to scout everything out. And they said, Commissioner Reece, did you know how your mom's name and what was it, the album imprinted on the
the musical stairs. Oh, and it was so crazy because it had my mother's name, Barbara Howard, her maiden name. And then next to it was Red Fox. And the funny thing about everything was that's how my mom and dad met. My dad brought Red Fox in to host at one of his talent shows, and my mother's band didn't show up. And my dad said, "Well, you can't perform. You ain't prepared." And Red Fox said, "Man, give her a chance." And the person who came up, Cam from Solo Films, I ended up meeting his grandfather. Come to find out, his grandfather knew my mother and told my dad, our team will back her up. Ain't that something? So how a guy brought all these pieces together. But yeah, she's at the library on the musical stair, and I never knew it till they showed it to me.
Yeah, I knew that was just a special. that was a special moment. So light bulbs started going off, and I'm like, we need mannequins. We got to hang dresses.
Yeah. Rovain ran and said, we're going to get your mom's outfit. We need a mannequin. And the library said, we ain't got no mannequins. You went out, found mannequins, put my mother's outfit, an outfit I had kept for years. I was going to hope to be able to lose enough weight to be in it, but I ain't never been that skinny. My mother was like 110 pounds, and it was a outfit that she wore on the Mike Douglas show, which was a huge show. I mean, back then that was the national show. You had to go to New York to be on it. It was national, and it was big to come from the projects, the West End, and perform on there. And my grandmother and my dad, they scraped up the money so my mom could, have this bad outfit. And it was amazing. And, I couldn't imagine. Like, wow. So we got this library thing. Y'all think I'm crazy. My team is like, okay, Reece, we got the big one now, July 26th. We got to hit 250,000, right? At the same time, I'm doing my job because I got Bengals negotiations. So my team, we were going through all these, I had to read all these things. So my office is working on that as well. But we also have, we got to get ready. We got the stars that are privately funded. They got to be ordered. We got to tell them where the stars are going to go. It's a map. Where do we put the stars? Where does the map go? How are we going to unveil them? We got to make sure the place is power washed. Got to make sure the place is shined up. When they put the stars in, they got to dig in, and, so it's a whole construction situation, right? And, we had to do all of that. While, again, we got to get ready for the big one, but we got a documentary that we're still working on. But at the same time, we have the library that we just did. And now we got the premiere, and we ain't got no documentary. The premiere date is out. Invitation is out, but we don't have a documentary. I know I like to drove y'all crazy.
Oh my goodness. I knew we were going to get finished, and my job is always to stay very positive. Because we had so much going on, and it was just like, are we going to make it to the finish line?
Yeah, they're showing pictures now. The ending was, but can we? Here I am saying I want an award-winning show, right? And at the same time, I wanted everything we do. I want it to be free. Everybody's got to be able to come to it, and and then, by the way, and we're still talking to these inductees, can they make it? When can they get in? All these different things. And all of their accommodations, are privately funded, you know what I'm saying? So they got to have transportation. We got to go back. We got to then I said, listen, at the same time, I got this great idea God gave me on the Metro bus. I want that videoed, and that's how we're going to introduce the inductees. But that had to be videoed before. It wasn't like we just did it. We had to do it before, and we had to get all these people to come in order to do it. And I said, I want to do it like that movie that I forgot the name of the lady that's in it, where they're on the bus. I forgot the name of that movie, but they're on a bus, and I want it videoed like that. And the bus never really moves, but it looks like the bus moves. So we had to do a video shoot for that. Now, this is all before the big one. We ain't got to the big one yet. Tell us about that, Romaine.
And this is all in the month of June. So, I mean, the Metro filming, that was a full production set. That was some work, and we're still working with the people who's helping us edit and making sure that package is coming together, all while trying to complete the documentary. The time was ticking. We're still adding and editing, and do we need to film something else? And the invite list is going out, and
oh my God,
are we gonna have popcorn? And do we have the greatest cake?
Right. We don't. We have I told him. I remember getting on the phone and said, we got a documentary, but we ain't got no. We got a documentary premiere, but no documentary. They told me we got a special person on the line. Hopefully, I won't lose Romaine. I don't want to lose her. Will I lose her? If so, Romaine, you call right back. Who we got on the line? Let's see. I don't like surprises, but we'll see.
Hello, Commissioner. How are you?
Good. How are you?
This is Regina Bell.
Oh my God, Regina Bell. Oh my God. I still have chills, y'all. The one and only Regina Bell. And Romaine knows this story because I told her, I said, let me tell you, I want Regina Bell. And she was looking at me. Romaine said, okay, you gave me another assignment. I said, no, I think I can get her. I'm not sure. I talked to my dad. I said, Dad, I really want Regina Bell. I've been wanting her for 30 years when she was at the Congressional Black Caucus, and we would be there. And I said, man, one day I hope I can do something and I could have the great Regina Bell. And God brought you to us with the Nancy Wilson. I'm sitting in my house and I see a tape with the two of y'all singing the same song. I said, wait a minute. She know Nancy Wilson? And then I saw again, God sent me where you did a tribute to Nancy Wilson. I said, I got to have Regina Bell. My dad said, just ask. Don't count yourself out. Ask. And when I asked, God had already gave me your manager, Ivy, and you came out there. Oh my God. It still gives me chills. People are like, oh my God, Regina Bell. I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. It was truly an amazing night, an amazing day. To I guess be a part of what you're doing and what the city has embraced concerning the Black Music Walk of Fame. I tell you, Cincinnati I have a new love for Cincinnati just because of that particular weekend. It was amazing. We worked from the time I got off the plane to the time I got ready to go home, and I have to tell you that wasn't even like work, because everything I did was something that I enjoyed doing, from honoring Nancy to honoring my girlfriend, Dottie Peoples, and just getting a chance to, kind of kick it with the Ohio players and seeing my old girlfriend, Shirley Murdoch. And, it was just amazing. And then sitting down and being able to talk to Pop Reese and all of what he had to offer, giving us some history and understanding on just his experiences in the music industry. It was truly a wonder. The whole weekend was a wonder. So I thank my manager, Ivy Taylor, over and over again for such an honor to be able to be a part of it. It was truly, truly amazing. You should be really, really proud. And all of the people that participated, I know it will be a memorable moment for the rest of their lives.
Oh my goodness. We are your family now. I got to find some other way. You got to come back. I got to have you back. You are family to us. And, when you talk about, you call him Pop Reese, when you talked about, what he kept telling me? And he was listening to every note, every word you did. He said, she sang that song. She really did. I said, I know, Daddy, I know. He says, no, you don't understand. She hit some Nancy Wilson notes. He said, nobody hits those notes. He said, I listened to her. She hit it like Nancy would hit it. And I said, oh man, Daddy, I got to tell you that he was just so excited. He said, nobody can hit those notes. She hit it like Nancy Wilson hit. She put some extra into it. And he said, y'all don't understand. I was listening, all the technical and all that. He said, man, and everybody's talking about just when you walked across that stage, it just gave us chills. I mean, I told him, I was like, my God, it's like Carnegie Hall. I mean, the way it was so elegant, and you, and of course, Ivy, y'all are part of my family for life now. And I just want to thank you. I know Romaine was back there and Aziza on stage directed. It's like, make sure you get everything right. But when you look at their pictures, they even had their mouths open. I said, y'all supposed to be watching the show. Y'all supposed to be direct. They was there with their mouths open. Like, I can't believe it. I said, me neither.
It was truly an honor. And John Murray, who's been a friend of mine for well over 35 years or so, John Murray and I are still talking about it. So it just goes to show that, it was a memorable experience for us all. And I'm just really, my prayer for you is that God is going to bless you to be able to do things that will even blow your mind. The things that, we can fathom and we can think things. But I'm praying that God will show you something that you hadn't even thought about and really, really blow your mind, because I really love where your heart is. I love for the fact that, I'm going to be able to bring my granddaughter there to see a space of history that she's going to be able to take with her, and then prayerfully generations into her own family later on in life. So it's you have given not just the city, but people who come from around the world to see this. You've given the world a gift that will continue to give.
You know what? God already blew my mind by you calling. They kept saying, caller. I said, what? Who is it? They said, just answer. I'm like, okay, I'm an elected official now. We don't like to answer no calls we don't know. And he just blew my mind having you call and you being with us. And like you said, John, I mean, it's like family. John's been with me forever, and he agreed before he knew if this was going to be, he's been here 4 years. He said, hey, I'm part of the family. And guess what? You're part of the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame too, because you're on the video, the big video that you saw the video on there. It plays every day. So you're on every day. It's looping right now down at the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame, and they get to hear you talking and everything. So we're super excited, and this is just the beginning. I just, like you said, God, he's the master planner, as my dad said, and he already has the plan. And sometimes, we just worry, because I'm one of them. I worry. He had already put it all together, and he put you in our lives at the time right now. So love you so much. Thank you for calling.
Love you too, dear. Awesome. Yes, thank you. You have to thank Ivy, because Ivy, she's always planning and scheming in the background. So
Ivy is my sister for life. She is my sister for life.
I need I need you to call our sister and shock her and surprise her. So listen, I want to invite everybody who's listening right now to please come out and to the Black Music Walk of Fame. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. There's so much music and so much information, so much history that you need to know about, and it's right there. It's right there, and it ain't no it ain't no walk in the park. Let me tell you something. First of all, the granite blew my mind. Can I just say that?
Yeah.
Can I just say that the granite blew my mind, because it shows that that you spared no expense to give us a optimum experience. And so, to everybody who's listening right now, to all my friends or everybody that's listening, please, ma'am, please, sir, go out and experience this space in time that will be embedded in your hearts forever.
Oh, thank you so much. And it's absolutely free, by the way, everybody. No cost. So there's no excuses.
Yeah, we like free stuff. We like free stuff.
Oh my God. The one and only Regina Bell. She's my sister now, y'all. We family. Thank you so much.
Yes,
I look forward to talking to you soon.
Have a great one. I love y'all. Talk to you soon.
Thank you. Oh, y'all, I'm about to pass out now. I'm about to pass out. The one and only Regina Bell calls in and surprises me. Surprises you, Romaine. I mean, it makes it all worth it, right? I mean, oh my God. And I kept telling you, I got to get Regina Bell. I want Regina Bell. Remember that? I said, I got to have Regina. I got this vision, Romaine. I always say, I got this vision, Romaine. Regina Bell. And I think we all had our mouths open when she was singing. I said, wait a minute, we got a show to run. I'd have almost passed out when she kicked it off.
I'm telling you, it was beautiful. And Aziza will attest to this. I was on the headset because I was calling the show. And when I was calling the light cues, I said, give me the rock and roll lights. So those lights started going and she was singing. It was just magical. Oh, it was magical.
Oh my God, it was magical. And like I said, we only got an hour on this show, so I know I can't. We did get the documentary done, right? We was all the way to the end. I said, I got a documentary, but I got a documentary event, but no documentary. We go out to Princeton. We have almost 300 people see it. They love it. It's wonderful. But now we got the big event, right? Like you said, we got Regina Bell coming. We had to write the script. We had to, there were many, many long meetings and nights. And we got Aziza. She's got the content put up. We got to keep content going. Got to keep people knowing what we're doing. We had to do the content. We got to come up with the promotion. We got to come up with the marketing. We got to have, it's a public private. We got to have the private so it can be free, right? We got to have the how we go set the stage. I told you, I want the stage different this time. I want a Tonight Show band type of thing. Let's bring Second Wind and they be the house band and they're on stage the whole time. And then they do a dedication and they turned it out with the dedications to Ohio players as well as to, the OJs. And then we're going to have a DJ. He going to be set up and we're going to be on the little risers. And then we're going to have the big screen. You know how I was like, this screen, we got to have it right. We got to have it right. Yeah. And then we had the Metro and we're like, oh my God, it's not ready yet. Romaine had to go in, be up all night editing you and Metro and Aziza. And Metro was, they were partners. So they had their video people, right? So then we had our video people for the documentary as well. Oh my God. Then you have to have what's going to be on the screens and the beautiful, how everybody's going to come when they come up. It's a lot of video content. But then we had to have a trailer. I said, wait a minute. We can't show the whole documentary at the Walk of Fame, but we need a trailer. And then they brought one trailer. We like, you know how I am. I'm like, no, it's got to be bigger. It's got to be more powerful. God has been powerful. And then came back with this trailer that's just, whoa, fire. Cam came back. And what's Cam's whole name? Because we call him Cam in solo films.
Cameron Johnson.
Cameron Johnson. See, when you go with those nicknames, Cameron Johnson came back with a fire piece. Then you got Aziza. She's got to quick edit everything. She's up all night editing. Then we've got the red carpet team got to be managed, and she's managing that. We got Jackie's got to get this list that keeps growing and growing and growing, making sure credentials are right. Veda has to deal with everything, with, everything, dealing with where we going to put the stars. And this place ain't been dusted right. And we got free parking, by the way. No one does that. What time? Because there's a Reds game. It was some battles and get waterworks. Where we going to put the tank for free water? We had to get volunteers. Shout out to all the volunteers that put it together. We have to do at the hotel when they check in. Then you got to have transportation. Shout out to our transportation team to take them from one place to the other. Then we got to get media. Veda had to double on and become the media. Press releases got to go out. People got to know about it. And then I got to be at every interview I could think of, 5 a.m, 6 a.m, 7 o'clock live. Just, plus try to keep my voice. There's just so many things. Then we got to make sure the hospitality is right. Then we went back to the library. You almost had a heart attack when I said, we got to have a press conference back at the library because when Regina and Dottie and everybody's in town, Ohio players, they got to see this exhibit. And so we partnered with the library. We did a press conference. You said, this is another event. Reece, you got another event. I was driving y'all crazy. Another event she got. And we came back with it. And it was great. I mean, it was a wonderful press conference. And Dottie Peoples donated one of her dresses from the Stellar Award.
Yes. Yeah,
so your mannequins is still there. I
know.
I had another dress. I said, take that dress down and put the Stellar dress up. The Stellar dresses up. And they were so impressed with, with the exhibit. Because you always want people to feel like they were properly, represented. And they loved it. It was great. Back to the hotel. And now we get ready for the big one. And I got 3 minutes. Everything had to be from the Parade of Stars to the indoor event to the outdoor. I mean,
that was a lot.
Lord. Yeah. And God made it was supposed to thunderstorm. God made it where it didn't thunderstorm during the Walk of Fame. Ain't that something? It was supposed to do it. It didn't do it. It was hot, but they didn't let it thunderstorm. And now we've got thousands of people coming in to the Walk of Fame. And they're standing in the sun, lined up to come in. And then it's showtime, Romaine. You and Aziza with the headsets and all the sound, the video people, the Veda with the seating, and I want to thank my sister. She volunteered. I want to thank my nieces. I put them to work. The twins, Tania and Tiara. They went to, I put they hands. Everybody going to work, help out, everybody's volunteering. And so, it was just, the place was gorgeous. The lighting was fantastic. You're back there calling the cues. Come out, go in, pull out, pull in with the cameras. Tell us about how that was.
That part for me is fun, right? Because that's what I naturally love to do. But just to see the whole vision come together, it was like an emotional part for me because wow, we did it. Like we were here when those numbers came in, when people and the fans was going up in the audience because we gave out fans to everybody coming in. And when that number, when we hit our goal, and I mean, it was just, and everybody I talked to, they're still talking about the shows, the ceremony. It was like something you really see in California on TV.
Yeah.
It was magical. So it was more like, this is it. So this was like our finale, we did it. So it was, I'm just now coming back to life.
Yeah, we just it is so much involved. And we got 1 minute. Yeah. I just want to thank you. And I want to thank the team. And I shout out a lot of people. I know I said Ms. Viola and also Chicago. I want to give him a shout out too. But everybody that participated in this from the beginning to now, just understand that the planning was done a long time ago. Check out the documentary. You'll find out what happened with the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. My God, Regina Bell done called into the show. I don't know what to do.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, just hot sauce is all over the place. Aziza Ziza, you got off the hook this time. You was going to be on camera. She don't like to be on camera. She like to be directing She wanted to be directing from behind the camera. But thank you to everybody, all our partners, everybody that made this possible. And I don't know what to say. I just got to get off here because Regina Bell done been on here. It's time for me to go faint somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I got to go pass out because Regina Bell was on our show. Alicia Reece Soul Food. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole new world. All right, everybody. Romaine, thank you. We still at work, y'all. We'll get back to work. We'll see y'all around soon. Y'all don't tell me nothing. Regina Bell been on here. All right, until next time. Peace.